We see a lot of BuzzFeed articles and news stories bashing young people today.
If you were born in the 80s or 90s, you may not be prepared for the real world.
What do you think of millennials? Coddled, entitled?
Yes, I think so.
Really?
I do. That is my experience with many of them.
But we rarely see what everyday people think.
We went out to get their opinions on young people.
Well, they're out there and they're pretty smart. Older people sometimes think they're spoiled, but I think that's just every generation thinks the previous one is spoiled, or thinks the new one is spoiled.
I'm sure when I was young, people that were older back then might have looked at me the same way. So I don't know if that's just a human nature thing.
With every new young generation, there's always going to be criticism because they're viewed as young and inexperienced and naive.
They know a lot. They come out knowing a lot of technology and they can get online right away, but sometimes they don't learn things through experience. They know a lot that they didn't experience themselves, and it makes them seem ineffectual.
Basically the stuff that old people don't want to take credit for teaching us, like we kind of learn from them, so we're not just manifesting new actions like it probably came from the previous generation.
I think that millennials are honestly like the future generation. I think like we're what's shaping what's gonna come tomorrow.
I feel that like millennials are kind of our future, and they're very much like, I don't think they're like bad people, but I think they're like every generation.
Like we understand that no one's really an upstanding citizen, so we got to either come to terms that people ain't perfect, or we just got to accept the fact that our kids are going to learn from these people and they might not learn the things that you want to.
They use a lot of four-letter words. I mean, no matter what generations we are, I think civility should be the primary focus.
Because we try to look up to y'all. The main problem, it's not that the music is dumb, it's not that we're dumb, it's that we don't have idols anymore, because that's what the social media messed up, because we can see them.
Social media is very prevalent in youth culture.
Young people spend 9 hours a day on social media, and 30% of all online activity is on social media.
Currently, young people spend more time on social media than they do eating, drinking, grooming, and socializing.
The pros and cons of social media are getting sucked into it and forgetting that there's a real world out there.
The only problem I see now is nobody's talking to each other. Basically, we are all humans. And the most important thing is communications, relationship, not relationship with your devices.
The pros are you can promote yourself, you can meet new people that way. The cons are people are really negative. People will hate and say some really mean stuff and try to like put you down. You can connect with other people and you can find even from the comfort of your home without even having to step outside.
I think the biggest positive influence is social media, that they get to learn everything about the world. They get to understand how everyone thinks, even when they're not brought up the same way, different cultures, different ideas. I think that's a really good positive influence.
From what we've learned, a lot of how the media portrays young people isn't how everyday people see us. Maybe instead of jumping to conclusions about people based on their age, we should broaden our perspectives and keep an open mind.
Basically, you're young and you're trying to feel your way through it, and you don't really understand everything around you yet. And basically just give young people time to develop.
We all like have different things we do and different stuff. We're all the same in the end.